Welcome in, everybody. Today, we're going to do a reading on what's going to happen with Rebecca Harrow. Jake Harrow was in court Monday earlier this week. It's Wednesday, November 5th today. And I want to see what Rebecca Harrow's next move is going to be. Is she going to tell police where the baby is, what her defense might be? Let's just dig in and see what Rebecca Harrow's next bold move will be. Okay, so flipped out of the deck, temperance. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's also a card of patience, but in this situation, in true crime, I'm not reading it as patience. Let's see, what is Rebecca's bold move, bold next move on baby Emmanuel? Solved. Oh, interesting. Is she going to tell them where he's located? Very interesting. Get some more. Let's get some more, Spirit. Accomplice and partner. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I guess, the way I can interpret it is she's trying to figure out a defense. They did ask for her to delay her defense. Um, I think public opinion is she was definitely involved. She was an accomplice and a partner in this. Let's get some clarifiers on this solved. Let's get this clarifiers on solved, please. What was solved? What is going to be solved? What is going to be solved? So we know it's going to be determined that she was an accomplice. Temperance. We've got temperance again. What is going to be solved? Wow. Okay. So temperance twice. I'm getting the feeling that, I hate to say it, but temperance in true crime for me is playing with evidence, um, concealing evidence, tricking, even though it's not traditionally seen as tricking, but it's like a little bit of that, a little bit of this. And normally it's patience and a new innovative idea. But by combining ideas, it's sort of a collaboration of ideas. So I really think solved is temperance. So it's going to take time to be solved. It's going to take time to be solved. So in other words, I don't know. Let's see if is she gonna give up baby Emmanuel's location? Is she gonna? I think this is what it's saying. It's going to take time to be solved on whether or not she was a true accomplice. So we might be going to court. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. We might be going to court with Rebecca and not necessarily having a guilty plea. Let's see. Let's get me more on the. I want to ask a question. Before they come out, but this one came out self-interest. Okay. Self-interest. Yeah. So she is no longer looking to partner with Jake. She's looking at her own self-interest, which is, she should, as she should. Let's get some more on this accomplice, partner, and solved. Isolation. Isolation. She was attacked just, when she was getting meds in line, it was reported, although not viciously. But she's looking after her own self-interest. She's obviously in isolation. Let's find out. Give me more on this solved. Inner. So yeah, she's really going inward. She's really going inward in trying to determine her next move. This is what she's getting. She's taking her time. She's isolating herself. She's going inward to determine what's in her best interest on how to remove herself from Jake. What's this solved? Please give me clarifiers, please, Spirit, and tell me how y'all are doing. How do you feel while I shuffle about Jake Harrow's 31 years? I really think that if he could have been forced to, he should have been forced to give up baby Emmanuel Harrow's location. Okay, let's get, I still want more on this accomplice partner and solved, please. What is the solved? Let me ask that specifically. Give me more on solved. Clarifiers on the solved piece. She's still trying to figure out. She's still working on a theory. The devil. So the solved is going to be who was the one responsible for killing baby Emmanuel? Well, we know because he already pled guilty. He already pled guilty. Okay, so now I'm getting, so the police have already figure that they found the person that killed, and she's simply an accomplice to it. So is she going to be charged with the same charges? Okay, let's see. What's her defense going to be? Let me pull different decks. What's her defense going to be? What's Rebecca Harrow's defense going to be? What are her options? Whoops. What are her options? Leadership? I think she's going to claim that Jake was the leader in this, that Jake led the charge. Okay, let's go. What is Rebecca Harrow's defense in this? What is Rebecca Harrow's defense in this? I think she's going to claim Jake was in control. Jake pushed the narrative. Jake was the leader in this. That's what I'm getting. Let's just get going. What's her defense going to be? Yeah, that they were not in alignment, that she did not agree what was going on. She did not agree what was going on. No, she's going to talk about her fear. Watch. Snake, energetic movement. She did not agree what was going on, and Jake was moving in secret to her. He was moving like a snake in the grass in secret to her. She did not agree with what was going on. So that's what we're getting so far. Let's get some more. Well, this is interesting. Her defense is going to be, I think, the battered wife, but let's just see. Let's just see. What's Rebecca Harrow's defense going to be? Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. There you go. Let's get some more. What's her defense going to be? What's Rebecca Harrow's defense going to be? What's the Rebecca Harrow's defense going to be? Let's get some clarifiers. Mule. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. She's trying to guide herself. She's looking for ways to guide her trial in a way that's going to protect her. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. I wonder if that's her. It could be, I'm going to get clarifiers, that her lawyers are trying to protect her and give her guidance, but she's not listening. Let's get some clarifiers on that. Spiritual guidance and mule. Who's that regarding? Spiritual guidance and mule, please. Who's that regarding? It's regarding, yeah, it's regarding her advice surrounding about collaborating with other people and sticking to, yeah. Okay, so spiritual guidance is about how to get her off from this death penalty, is what her lawyer's advising her, but I think she's pretty stubborn. I think she's stubborn is what I'm getting. Let's get some clarifiers. Who does this mule stubborn energy involve? Who is this mule stubborn energy involvement? Which deck do I want to get for that? Which deck do I want to get for that? Yeah, give me more, please, on Rebecca Harrow's bold next move. She's not going to, I don't think she's going to supply them with his location. That came in reverse. I don't think she's going to supply them with his location. Damn. Because I guess that would mean she was part of the plan, and I'm guessing that means she's going to say she had very little knowledge. He took the lead on it. Okay, what else is her defense strategy here, please, Spirit? He's in a secluded area, and we've got angels again. Angels again, disposing of evidence. Ay, ay, ay. She was seen disposing of evidence. She was seen disposing of evidence. I think this is I'm getting kind of like there's two storylines going on, and that's what I'm picking up on the energy is it's like a back and forth on her best defense. She was seen in a camera disposing of evidence. She can't claim she didn't know anything. She's being given guidance, or Emmanuel Harrow's protected. I'm not sure. Let's get some clarifiers on these angel cards, please. Let's get some clarifiers on these angel cards, please. Yeah, there's a battle. Exactly. A battle going on between her and her lawyer. That's exactly what I was getting. She is stubborn. She's the mule. She is stubborn. I think they're trying to tell her, you were seen disposing of evidence. You can't claim this was Jake only's doing that, and she's not going to give the body up. I mean, I'm guessing, here's what I'm picking up, and I'm going to get more to validate, but this is what I'm picking up. Her lawyers are trying to tell her to come clean. They've got evidence against her. She cannot claim Jake took the lead. I didn't know what was going on, because she's seen on camera disposing of evidence. She can't claim that she knew nothing. And there's a battle going on between her lawyers, who are trying to calm her down and temper her stubborn attitude. I think Emmanuel Harrow is somewhere secluded, and they're trying to create the best defense for her, as they're legally obliged to, regarding the death of Emmanuel Harrow and who the true devil in this was. But she still has some involvement. So I think that's what the cards are saying, is right now they're trying to strategize how to best put up defense forward. And I really think they're trying to get her to reveal his location. She's not wanting to reveal his location, because she's claiming she knows nothing, no knowledge, I think, but she's seen on camera disposing of evidence. That's what I'm getting so far. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't know, man. I'm kind of stuck on that one. Okay, so they're doing some research on the law right now, which makes sense. They are researching the law right now. What else is going on with Rebecca Harrow and her defense team's strategy? But I really don't think she's resisting supplying them with the location, because, that wouldn't be, yeah. So they're trying to educate her. They're trying to educate her on why, if they lead, look at the trail. If they lead to baby Emmanuel Harrow's location, if she tells authorities, that it might be a better deal for her in the long run for coming clean, instead of going through the court process when she's seen on camera disposing of evidence. It's hard to say you've got the battered wife syndrome when you're seen on camera by yourself, no Jake behind you threatening you, disposing of evidence. And I get that. That's interesting. Yeah, so they are still trying to weigh the pros and cons of each defense. So this is why the cards are not going to give us an answer, because they have yet to decide how they're going to handle this little situation. And it ain't a little situation. That's an exaggerated statement that's not really showing the full weight of this. I mean, is she going to plead guilty and give them the location for a plea deal? Or are we going to court? This is what I think we're trying to determine. And I don't think they've decided yet. They are still trying to balance out her best defense. And I think they have a deep knowing that she did it. They have a deep knowing that she was involved, They have a deep knowing she was involved, the lawyers. And I think they're trying to get her to fess up for herself and do a plea deal, instead of going all the way down the path. Yeah, she orphaned Emmanuel Harrow. They know she was just as responsible for leaving him somewhere secluded, and they are trying to keep her on the path of, probably like Jake, avoiding a trial. That's what I'm picking up. Let's get some final thoughts on what's going to happen with Rebecca Harrow. And this is very interesting, because it makes sense, because they've delayed someone behaving stupidly. Pay attention to your health. She may be depressed. She may be depressed, and that's part of the isolation. She might be going through some serious depression. Oh, yeah, ring, a marriage that will, yeah. So she's going through some serious depression over all of this, her relationship, her marriage, you know, the baby, what's going to happen to her. She's going through some serious contemplation, and I think it's deep depression. I was wondering about this inner thinking. Okay, let's get a couple more on the outcome. This outcome for Rebecca Harrow. What is her next bold move? What's her bold next move, please, Spirit? She's trying to create a story. She's trying to create a story. Trying to create a story. They're trying to cultivate something that is positive, the most positive outcome. But I mean, we keep getting the same thing over and over again. I don't think they've decided. They haven't decided. Give me what's Rebecca Harrow's mindset right now, Spirit? What's Rebecca Harrow's mindset? I don't think they've decided. Her mindset is she's thinking about her childhood and Emmanuel Harrow. She's thinking about Emmanuel Harrow. This is the Page of Pentacles and where his body is. She is fixated on where his body is right now. There in comes somebody with an offer. They're going to make her an offer for a plea deal. Maybe she's already gotten an offer. What's Rebecca Harrow's mindset right now? I think she might have already been given an offer, and that's why they were delaying court. Let's see. Let's see. What's Rebecca Harrow's mindset right now, please, Spirit? She's trying to get a clear action plan going forward. She's trying to decide on a clear action plan going forward. Let's see if we can get the final outcome. What's the final outcome going to be for Rebecca Harrow, please? What? Okay, so not death. Rebecca Harrow, social media. I think when she went to the media, I feel like she's going to claim when she went to the media, she didn't know he was dead. Let's just see. I'm not quite sure. What's the final outcome? Because this is in reverse. His death was hidden, or I don't believe that. She's really resisting admitting. I think she's resisting admitting that she took part in his death. And she's this story when he was kidnapped and all that stuff. That doesn't look good. That's another thing that doesn't look good on her when she was concealing the death. That's what this is. She went to social media claiming he was kidnapped, concealing the death. She was seen putting trash in. I think they're really trying to tell her to they're trying to pay off blackmail. Well, that's not paid off blackmail. That's an offer. I think that's an offer. That's an offer to plead guilty. That's what I think's going on. Yeah, she's been exposed. She's been exposed. She's been totally exposed. I think they're trying to tell her to avoid going to trial, and I don't think she's decided yet. Let's see if we can get a final outcome. Final outcome. Whale. Great worry over nothing. Well, she's probably worried because either way, she's guilty. She's guilty. She can't save herself. I think this is what they're trying to tell her. You cannot save yourself from this outcome. Chair filled. Wow. Okay, that makes me think like a judge. It looks like she may go to court. At this point in time, this is telling me judge vibes. She may go to court. Yeah. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. Temporary situation. Yeah. Somebody trying to become a wedge between you and your husband, your partner. Yeah, get back to the basics. The law, the evidence, that's exactly what's going on. They are trying to tell her to plead guilty, and I think she's considering a trial. And I don't know that she's decided. Let's get one final outcome for her energy right now. I don't think she's decided yet on what she's going to do, which is why we keep getting the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, she's got inner battles going on inside. She is undecided. She is back and forth in her head. over what to do over this, what decision to make. But that's absolutely what I'm getting. I don't know. What do you hope she does? Do you hope she pleads or goes to court? I don't know. Because I mean, could she get the death penalty like Jake Harrow was on the table? Maybe that's what the death card is about, that she could be offered the death penalty. I said it was going to be last card, but I kind of feel like doing a little bit more on that. Is she possibly looking at the death penalty? Yeah, she needs to act and make a decision, um, and review the information on how to best achieve the best outcome she wants. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. She is still deciding and review the decision on whether she wants to go to court or not, because I think it could lead to the death penalty, which is, yeah, she doesn't want the death penalty because the death was in reverse. So that's exactly what I think is going on. Let me know what your thoughts are on this case. Thank you for doing all the YouTubey things. Love and light. Cheers.